it seriously feels like I'm recording my own porn, like on my laptop. Like, yeah, I will get a new camera and it'll be all fixed, but recording little quick porn, like, okay, well, anyways, I'm having attachment issues, throwing away my beauty blender, well, you know what, actually, beauty sponge, because I don't have a beauty blender. It's one of those, like, the orange ones. Okay, I don't know what the brand is, but anyway, I did dye my hair. It is red. I was kind of going for burgundy, but it turned out red. But it's, you know what, I like it. I don't mind it. It's no big deal. Cool. My bangs is at that awkward stage where it's like, it's not too short, but it's not that long, and it's like super chopped. So in a couple weeks, it'll be all back to normal, and you know, all that great stuff. Anyway, so let me get on to my story time. This is actually, I'm gonna make it short because it was super duper long, but then I always say I'm gonna make it short, and then it's usually long. So we're gonna just go into it. So my best friend at the time, his cousin was getting married, and he was already old, like he was probably like they're up their 30s. So he was like, yeah, I have a +1 and I want you to go with me. And I was like, sure. I mean, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't working. Like, I was just, whatever. I have nothing better to do. I was like, yeah, sure. So he gives me like this like quick background of like how awkward it's going to be. So let me give you the awkward part. Oh my god, I don't know what is going on right here. Okay, anyway. So the awkward thing is, half of that side of his family hates him. Like, I have nothing against gay people. He's just gay. But it kind of adds on to the story. So he's my best friend at the time. He's gay. And his family is like super religious and not, you know, like people who's against gay people. Whatever. So they did not like him. So he was like, it might be awkward, which is the reason why I really, really want you to go. It won't be out, you know, like, so then I don't have to feel alone, whatever. And I'm over here thinking, like, dude, that's your family. That's, like, really sad. But, okay, yeah, sure, I'll go with you. So I get all dressed up, whatever. We're kind of trying to match, you know, just kind of trying to be cute, whatever. Anyway, so we get there, and we find out that we're going to be staying at this hotel. It was pretty big hotel, and we were, like, pretty up there, and it had like the wedding suites or whatever, and then all the families like staying in that one like floor. So we get to the hotel and we're getting all ready and stuff, and it already feels like the tension is like there, like there's some going on, but we do not know what was happening. So then we're just kind of minding our own business. Like his dad like goes out talking to his family and stuff. Like I'm kind of in there like trying to get ready because I don't know any of that side of his family anyway. So I was getting ready. We were kind of ready to pump and like, oh yeah, we're gonna dress up. Let's go. Like we're gonna look good and shit. Okay, so anyway, so we got ready. We find out we're gonna be in a limo with the groom and like his like best man and you know all that stuff. So I was like, okay, well I wasn't the only girl. Like obviously the groom's mom was there and like I don't know, like, I just was not the only girl. So my friend and I sat all the way in the back of the limo. Everybody else is kind of like, you know, sitting looking against each other or whatever. So my friend that invited me to the wedding asks the groom, hi, how are you doing? Like, how did you guys decide to, like, pick this place to, like, you know, get married? And, like, this conversation itself was super duper awkward because you can tell that he does not like him, but he was trying to make conversation as, like, to be nice, you know? Like, I'm getting invited to your wedding. I am part of your family, so let me just be nice and, like, ask how everything is going. So he's like, oh, my wife picked it. Okay, well then, I'm glad we had that conversation. That was great. Loved it. One more time. You want to hit one more time? Yeah, let's do it. So I'm like, okay. Well, I was like, well, it sounds like a beautiful place and all this stuff. And he's like, yeah. Bitch, I'm not related to you. Like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like me or not. Don't be fucking rude. Like, why are you so rude? But he was like, he wasn't just like being an asshole. There was, like, completely some off. Like, I knew some was up. Like, I knew some was up, right? Because, obviously, I wouldn't give you a story time if something wasn't up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, some was up. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to let it go. So we get into this, like, you know, like, the places that we wait, like, a venue, I guess. And it was, like, a golf course, Like, it was pretty. It was gold colors, whatever. And they had, like, drinks. I mean, it wasn't free, but there were drinks and, like, kind of, like, something to snack on before the wedding. So, the groom and, like, all that people, like, kind of goes over there. And groom is already seeing the bride. Like, I thought the rule was you're not supposed to see the bride until, like, until she walks down the aisle. But, okay, I don't know. Maybe 2014 has changed the news. I think it was like 2 years ago, I think maybe. But maybe it changed it and I didn't know about it. I don't know. I don't keep up with the wedding updates. So anyway, I was like, okay, whatever, that's kind of weird. So we're minding our own business. So his mom comes and, you know, my friend is like trying to be nice again, and he was like, "Oh my God, you look great," or whatever. She's like, "Oh, thank you." And this is where my friend went a little too far, saying you look nice, because you just look really good. Like, you're just looking really great. Like, that dress looks really good on you. I like the patterns. Like, blah blah blah. This woman looked hideous. Like, her dress looked like you put a duct tape on the garbage bag. Like that, but it was so obvious that she even knew that he was dissing on her. Like, he was that bad, and I'm like, yeah, let's just shut up now. Like, yeah, oh, you look great. Thank you for having me. Like, and I'm like kicking him and like punching him. Like, yo, you need to shut the fuck up, because everybody knows that she's not looking on point. Like, you look like a piece of garbage. But whatever. I mean, you know, whatever they want to wear. So anyway, so. Moving on, so they're all like, alright, the wedding's gonna start, so let's like go outside, because the wedding was outside, and you know how like they have all the, that side is for bride and that side is for groom, whatever. So we go out there, and we get seated. We're like, oh, which side should we be on? Because if we're the groom side family, you would assume that we're gonna be on the groom side. You know what I mean? Like, why would we be on the bride side and chilling when that's not our family yet? I'm not even related, but you know what I mean, like, what? So anyway, we didn't know which side the groom was going to stand, so we're like, you know, kind of following the directions that they told us to go. So we're sitting on the left side. It's left side for me. So sitting on the left side, me, my friend, and his dad, just kind of waiting, whatever. And the bride side gets seated over there. And all of a sudden, towards the end, everybody's getting kind of mixed up, and I'm like, okay, whatever, like, I didn't plan this, but damn well, if I was planning it, like, snap, finger, bitch, like, I'm paying you to get this done, so you better get it done, but whatever. So, groom is standing, and, like, you know, the music plays, whatever, right? And you, like, kid you not, groom looked like he was high as fuck. Like, his eyes were red, like, he was, like, kind of like wobbling, like he could not stand in one spot. Like, his like eyes were like super chinky. Like, my eyes are chinky, and his eyes were like extremely chinky. And I was like, hey, yo, like, your cousin does not look good. Like, it looks like he's gonna pass out. And he's like, oh no, he's fine. He always looks like that. I'm like, no, like, I'm not even serious. What? I'm not even kidding. Like, he like looked like he was gonna pass out. And I was like, no, yo, like, seriously, like, he does not look good. Like, he's either high, drunk, I don't know what he was doing in his spare time. Like, I don't know, he just does not look good. He looks like he's gonna pass out. He could not stand, like, he was, like, wobbling. Like, he was, like, rocking a baby. Like, what? Like, he was, like, wobbling. And I was like, why are you wobbling? Like, he couldn't even look at the priest. Is that a priest? You know, whoever that reads your fucking vows or whatever. Like, he couldn't even look at him in the eye. So I'm like, okay, thumbs up, but I gave you a warning, and if you don't want to, like, listen to me, whatever. So the bride walks down the aisle. She is looking gorgeous. I mean, this girl, whew, she was amazing. So she's walking down the aisle, you know, and then he's kind of like looking at her, like, no reaction. He was just like, and I'm like, I sure damn hope that my husband will be crying or super happy to see me when I'm walking down the aisle looking that good, like, shit. So then she gets there, she's like, you know, still happy. I mean, it is her day. I'm like, well, like, yeah, like, you know. Okay, we weren't screaming. It's not a fucking football game, but whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we were congratulating. So she gets down there. He starts reading. You know how you have to repeat back, whatever? Not a one single word did the groom, remind you, that's my friend's cousin, were able to repeat the words or sentences. Not one did he get it right. This bride is so sweet and so nice. She's just kind of letting it go, you know. And she says everything right, obviously. who wouldn't? So I'm like still like hinting, bumping, like, dude, your cousin is going to pass the fuck out. Like maybe he's so happy and so nervous that he's like not able to control what he's doing. I don't know, but I was like, he's gonna go down. So there comes, you put a ring on your wife or soon to be wife or your wife, whatever. You're gonna put your ring on your left ring finger. All these years since elementary school, we've been getting told that finger is a freaking ring finger. How the fuck do you get it wrong? He literally was like putting it on, wobbling. Like he literally, I think, put it on her middle finger. You know what? Better yet, I think it was her fucking pointer finger. Like he literally could not even insert it in the hole. Like, imagine the sex life though. Like if you couldn't even put a fucking ring on a ring finger, how are you gonna put your dick in her? Like it was so bad, and I'm like, like I'm already at this point. I'm furious for her, and he couldn't even put the ring on, and she had to hold his hand to put it on her. Like how sad is that? Well, anyway, so before I started like screaming on top of my lungs, let me continue on to the biggest climax of the whole entire wedding time. Like, whoa. Yeah, somebody's trying to get in or something. I don't know. But so anyway. Okay, so anyway, continuing on. So, trying to put a ring on her, whatever, it didn't work out. So, as they are like ready to kiss, final kiss, final boyfriend and girlfriend kiss, I guess, before you get wife and the husband, he leans on her, like shaking like this, and he's literally can't even make the duck lips. He licked damn near half of her fucking face before he could give her a kiss. Like he was like trying to make out in front of the whole family, which I don't think is a way it should go if you're getting married. Like please don't make out with me like in front of my family. That's the most like awkward thing to do. Like okay, multiple kiss, that's fine. Don't fucking chug your fucking damn throat in my what? Put your tongue down my throat. Like my whole family is here. Not only was he not even able to succeed on making out with his wife, he couldn't even find her face, and he was like in her nose, like digging for gold at her wedding. And she's like trying to like act like it's all normal and shit. Now I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all are sitting down because this is where it gets. I would have killed him if this happened to me. Like, I mean, killed him. As I was mentioning, he fell on the bride. He went flop on the bride. She's wearing a white dress. And this, okay, she's like probably 5'5", and he's like 6'4", probably over 200 pounds, and this girl probably barely weighed 120. Fell on her. Like, fell, flop on, like, yes, girl. Like, she was on the ground. Like, we had to pull him off because he literally just passed the fuck out. Passed out. KO'd, nothing he could remember, like KO'd. And I'm over here busting my ass laughing because how many fucking times did I tell you that he is going to pass out? Like, I felt so bad for her. If that happened to me, first of all, I will be punching you not only in the face, but on your fucking dick. Like, get the fuck off of me. This wedding dress probably costs more than your goddamn suit. Like, what? And why the hell are you passed out? Like, on me. Why? So, to make the stories worse, he was drunk. He was not nervous. He was drunk. He drank so much that he was so fucking fucked up and drunk, he passed out on his bride. Like, passed out. As I've been, like, saying it for, like, past 3 minutes, pass the fuck out on the bride. On the bride. Not, like, passed out at the wedding. On the bride. Like, passing out at the wedding is already bad. On the bride is, like, woohoo, up there. Like, on the bride. I was, like, laughing, but still astonished that this happened. He just got out of rehab. He went back to rehab after the wedding. And to end this story, she claimed that they were never married on that day that they got married. So technically, they didn't get married. They just wasted the money for no reason because she was like, yeah, don't ever contact me ever again. Don't call any of my family. Just don't. Don't even think that this ever happened. It was just a fucking dream. Like, when you passed out, it left. Like, literally, we came back to the hotel, him being single. We came back to the hotel, him single. This man was supposed to get married. One of the best day of your life. He came home single. Yes. That's the way to go. That is the way to go. Thank you for messaging while I'm recording. I'm like, okay, I'm cool. But then I'm on the laptop, so I mean, really. So anyway, he went back to the rehab. He was probably in there for like solid a year. He should be there. He should be doing the jail time. Like, the fuck? Like, ugh. So yeah, wife never contacted. She took the dog. She took the house. And she can take everything. She could take his soul and a dick too. Like, go right ahead, girl. Like, you have every single right. Like, your fucking husband who knows that he should not be drinking that much because he just got out of rehab. Drank so much on the wedding that he fucking passed out. On you, girl. On you. Yes, honey. Just take whatever you can. Like, that was probably, like, the worst wedding ever. And, like, you know what? Honestly, my friend's dad didn't even come home that night because he literally was bawling his eyes out in the hotel room. Yeah, I don't fucking blame you. I would be crying too, but that's your fault. Wife left with her family, like, they probably took a vacation, like, so far away that he probably couldn't even find her. Goodbye, girl. Yes, honey. Go enjoy yourself because you know what? This man is going to fucking rehab. Goodbye. Like, yeah, you go have fun. Like, he was, like, out of it. You know what? I don't blame you for being out, but maybe you should have thought about that before you, like, chucked 4 bottles of Jack. You know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck he was drinking, but whatever. You should never drink that much anyway. Like, it's crazy. I just can't. I was astonished. But you know what? That made a memorable story time, a memorable wedding of my entire life, and what not to ever I want. Like, never want to have wedding. Ever. Like, that is, like, the major goal. That's, like, my goal of that's not how I want my wedding to be. Ever. And let me tell you, I crossed out the freaking golf course from my wedding list, even though it was never on because I kind of wanted at Disney anyway, but that's definitely not in it now. And alcohol, I might not be serving that until after the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, y'all can sip on lemon and water. Like, that's good for you anyway. Like, oh, whoo. If that was me, I tell ya, he would have been dead, and his mom would have wanted him back, like, alive, because that probably wouldn't have happened. Thank you for watching.